Good morning, everybody. So this is about a court case which I attended, and the driver managed to get away with a not proved beyond reasonable doubt a verdict from the magistrates. So the first mistake was mine. I had video in 4K and I submitted it to the police in 1080p because that's a quarter of the size at the same bit rate. And yeah, unfortunately, when it was played on the TV, you couldn't see for sure that what he was holding was a phone. And even on the CPS laptop, it wasn't very, very visible. So that's my mistake. And that's a mistake I won't be making again. Of course, the bummer with submitting video in 4K is that it takes up a lot of room and lots of places can't play it. The police can just about play it now because they're used to all of us submitting in 4K video, but lots of CPS laptops can't and don't have the power to play that kind of video. So anyway, this gentleman's basic premise was that he'd just come back from an appointment at the hospital, and some time ago he'd been given a spinal implant. I forget what the exact name of the device was, but it was a spinal stimulator, and essentially the device's function was to submit scrambling electrical signals to his spine to stop the pain from his back. And apparently he'd had quite a few back operations. He pulled out a remote control for that device and said that is what he had been using, or not using, but he'd pulled that out of his pocket because it was uncomfortable, and then dropped it between his legs. He'd had a bunch of keys in his pocket as well. So of course what you'll notice is the thing that I saw in the court was about the size of this, which is quite a lot narrower than the large iPhone that I saw in person and on the video that you'll see shortly. It was also quite a bit thicker than this sunglasses case. And yeah, so that was his premise. You'll see in the video that you can in fact see that he's using a phone, and that there's that classic notch of an older iPhone present, and that he makes several typing actions. So I believe he just straight up lied to the court, but I could be mistaken. You make up your own minds. Yeah, and also, of course, by the way, is that if he had been using the spinal stimulator and actually activated it, it was actually transmitting a program of a particular type of stimulation to his spinal implant. So that would still have been using something that's transmitting data, and it would have still fallen under the mobile phone offences if we'd shown that he'd used it. But yeah, so in this case the lesson is to make sure that you submit a suitable screenshot of the video, and that you make sure you submit all the quality you can if it's not blatantly obvious. I had no idea he'd managed to get away with this. So partly my fault and partly this guy for lying in court, or that's what I believe anyway. All right, have a good one. Bye. That's definitely using a phone. The top phone screen. You shouldn't be using your phone there, mate. You shouldn't be using your phone there, mate, should you? I'm going to report it to the police.
You're going to?
Yes. That's definitely using a phone. The top phone screen.